Sun's coming up. I got cakes on the griddle. Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, and another gorgeous day. And what is today?
Man, it is hump day, and it is beautiful outside. It feels wonderful outside.
69 was the last temperature we got.
Man, tell you what, I could wake up to that every day.
Every day?
Every day.
That's a good way to word it.
Yeah, that means all of them.
It's one of those days where you go outside and you inhale and it feels actually good. It's not that hot stuff. Somewhere around 1:30, you know how you're asleep and you're breathing and you can feel the air coming out your nose?
Oh, yeah.
Well, mine sort of stopped and it woke me up.
All the air and everything.
Yeah, and I cracked one eyeball and there was this little critter about 8 pounds that far from my nose looking at me like, where's my treat? Give me something. I want something tonight.
Time to get up. It's time to get up.
She was in a hurry to get up this morning, 1:30. I needed another hour.
Just one more hour.
I'm going to lock her out of the bedroom tomorrow night just for doing that.
Oh, yeah, and then you go here.
Oh, they do that.
Let me
and then the crying starts.
Bert gets under the bed, and he'll sleep under the bed, and me and Amy's trying to go to sleep, and all we hear is that dog under snoring. And it's like, really? We can't go to sleep for the snoring dog that's laying under.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, it's something. But he's a hoot.
Let's see here what's going on across. This is, and I would hope that someone would show up and dismantle this one piece at a time. One of the most famous homes in American history because it is tied to presidency. I don't care how you do this, it's tied there.
You know he's been there.
Can you sing Happy Birthday like she did?
Happy birthday,
Mr. President.
to you.
And who are we talking about? Marilyn Monroe. With the latest, they've put in the application. They have filed to tear down Marilyn Monroe's home where she passed away, where all of those pictures are where she was found in the bed.
Yeah.
Looks to be torn down. And again, I do hope instead of a bulldozer going through it, that somebody could come in and move it because it is such a piece
You
of
can
history.
move a house, so
You
why
can.
not? If they just really want the land that bad, but talk about an investment.
They
why don't you
paid
just sell
$8
it?
million for it, is what they paid. Now, Maryland only paid $77,000, which in today's money was about $800,000. That's how much real estate has gone up there. But I really hate to see this torn down. I mean, it is.
Did
It's
they
just
say why they're wanting to sell the house or get rid of it?
demolish
They're
it.
wanting just a property that bad?
I guess they want to build something bigger or nicer, what they consider on it. Of course, here's a back look at the house. If you were looking at that, that's it. They're kind of cute, but you know what you're buying when it comes to this.
A modest Mediterranean style home.
Right, and of course, here's Maryland in the backyard, which makes the property looks that much better.
Yeah, she's the only view people's looking at.
That's true, but it's shocking that could happen. And of course, this was the scene that you've seen so many times, straight from the Marilyn Monroe archives of the sheets. There's nothing there. I don't want to make anybody scared, but that's what it looked like when she was found. History, without a doubt. Was there more to it? There's a lot of conspiracy theories that say yes, there was.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to go with that also there for $10.
but I still don't think it's an iconic home. Leave it there and sell it and go buy you another piece of property.
Yeah.
Cheaper and make enough money off of that sale to buy your land and build a house. Miss Beverly says, Odie, I'm the one that waved at you from black Dodge yesterday about 2:30 as you was walking towards your office. Well, good deal. Now, I was wondering, I was like, I wonder who that was.
Well, you get a lot of people wave at you, don't you?
I do. We were working on our camera system in the back, so instead of just being real cheesy and driving that far, I decided to walk.
There you go. Margie says her dog barked all night also. She understands what's going on.
That black electrical tape.
And if you've ever...
No, I don't do that. I love dogs.
Sophie is one of those, if she hears something outside, it's like she's hitting on the doorknob trying to get out there to get whatever it is.
I'm going to eat it up. Bert's not too bad. Now, if I go out at night and I come back and he doesn't hear me pull up, when I turn that handle to walk in that door,
oh, it's bad, isn't it?
He's coming to the door raising all kind of cane. Ain't nobody going to get to Mama. And as soon as I open that door, he sees me and he's all, oh, there's Pop.
Calms down a little bit there.
Oh, yeah, he's wagging his little tail now. But I told Amy, I said, baby, ain't nothing to worry about with this dog around. Because if somebody comes in here and it ain't one of us, they're not leaving.
And truly, it is probably the best alarm system that you can have is a puppy dog. They hear things that you have no idea that are out there.
And you can sniff it out.
That's right. One of the big headlines this morning as we go to the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. A deputy has resigned amongst allegations of misuse of fuel card. Oh, you heard right. Now, again, at this point, it's allegations. An investigation has been going on. Let me quote what Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun had to say. An internal investigation concerning the alleged misuse of the county's fuel program. A Lauderdale County Sheriff's Deputy resigned. The Mississippi State Auditor's Office was contacted, and they are currently conducting an investigation. We have not been given the name of the deputy at this point. We do hope that is released, because I did read all of the comments, and I understand what people are saying. They go, well, if somebody else is arrested, their name is immediately put out. And again, they weren't arrested. They were resigned, but they're saying what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Is that it?
Yeah.
Goose and gander? That's that right? Sometimes they go.
Good for the goose is good for the gander.
So we'll wait to see what comes from the Sheriff's Department. Again, this being the second thing that has gone on in the Sheriff's Department in the last little bit. We had another deputy resign, if y'all remember. That's still under investigation of maybe sexual misconduct. We're waiting more information on that as well. Things go south, and we've got one of those situations right here. As information becomes available on this, we'll pass that along to you. We're not going to hide anything. We'll tell you the truth on it. And, of course, always Billy Solly will pass along and also Ward all the information as they get it. And we'll keep you posted.
You know, they keep a tight rein on that in our purchasing department. Both Stephanie and Blessa, they're on top of that. I mean, every week I get a report, and it's got whichever person and whichever vehicle got fuel.
So you know what your people are doing.
Oh, yeah. Where they got it, how many gallons. You've got to enter your mileage. It gives you your average miles per gallon that you've used since that last fill up.
And of course, things depend upon if you haul a trailer, and that varies a little bit, and you spend a little bit more. But for the most part, it's close.
And it's real close. And then we can go back and look. So, you're talking the interstate the other day, the truck sat there and idled for 6 hours. But it doesn't use an awful lot. They're diesels. So,
and a lot of companies use that where you have to take pictures of the receipts and you put in a PIN number that's attached to your vehicle. A lot of technology is changing.
It is,
and I'm not sure how they do theirs, but
we in my office, I don't make them turn in a receipt or anything because I get that report and it's got everything right there on it.
It's in black and white.
It's in black and white, the whole 9 yards. And I do check mileage every now and then.
You have to do a systems
check. I'll go out
check.
there and look. Yeah, just to make sure that the mileage that they've put on here is still pretty accurate with what they've got.
And most likely that's how this came about.
And it very possibly, I'm sure they've got some kind of system down there as well.
Checks and balances.
Checks and balances, because I've got to sign that piece of paper and send it back.
Keeps everybody honest, doesn't it?
Well, I've got 4 gas cards I got to keep up with. how many gas cards he's got,
Oh, lots more.
but
Lots
it's a
more.
lot more than what I got.
Right.
And yeah,
All right. We've got so much more to come. We've had some gunfire in the area, some wrecks we're going to tell you about, and a miracle from a wreck that happened yesterday that I came upon. Good folks, we're going to tell you all about that in a moment here with Scotty Ray Report. J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and this is Odie as we begin this.
Hey.
We had gunfire last night on Old Highway 80. Let's go here. Hey, and somebody told me yesterday I need to slow down on this. Let's pull this up so you can see this beautiful beam footage of the map. They wanted to look at the map just a little bit better there.
Okay.
Let's pull that up where you can see it. This is Highway 80 where this would go on. Here's 65th Avenue. This is that store that sits there. It would be just due west of there. Here's Slay Steel that sits here, but gunfire in this area, to my knowledge, and I always word this to where if something comes back, no injuries or damage at this time, because I have gotten it to where a few hours later they go, whoa, wait a minute, we didn't see that last night.
We did see something.
There's a bullet in my front door.
Man,
As a matter of fact, someone reported that yesterday. It happened 2 days ago as they were out of town and they came in, what's this in my door? That happens.
This is neighborhoods and areas that used to be safe. You could walk up and down the roads. You didn't have to worry about anything.
Times have changed, haven't they? And it's not just Meridian. It's not just Philadelphia.
It's everywhere.
Our nation is under attack by criminals. They are.
But this is what we call home.
Yep. So we'd like to straighten it out.
Yeah, we want to keep it this way.
All right. I want to show this. I came up on this 5th Street, what they call the S-curve. And I want y'all to look at this. I'm going to show you the video, and then we'll look at pictures. Some of the nicest folks, they weren't arguing with each other at all. They were very nice. It was an accident, and that's what it was an accident. A gentleman on a motorcycle comes off, and we're going to show this, and we want you to watch it. He comes off, and he gets nicked by a car. It is God's right hand that he didn't go up underneath the wheels. I don't know how he missed. But it shook her up. I mean, it would me, too, if I'm going along.
Yeah, because there wasn't nothing she could do.
Nothing. Let's pull this up. This is the footage of it, and this was caught on camera. As we look at this, here he is right here coming. She's going to be coming from here, and he's going to come through here, and we want you to watch this. Let's hit play on this. There it comes, and he loses it about right there. Do you see how close that was?
I mean,
it takes him a minute to get up, and as you can tell, he's not wearing the leather and all of that.
no, he's road rashing.
And he was fortunate that he walked away from that.
Feel like he got into some loose stuff in that
You did.
curve, and ooh.
Now let's. I got pictures here somewhere. Here we go. And as he's looking at this, as he's picked up his bike, he's okay somehow. And that was
Well,
the
you
scene.
said, by the grace of God.
It was. And there's the car right past that. This is that S curve. This is about where he lost it right
Look
there.
at that sand down in there, and he was right there on the edge.
Yeah. Probably caused it, didn't it?
Could have caused it, and you know, you can't just send a street sweeper down every single road we got, but you've got to be careful that at the edge of these roads. And
I'm so careful I don't ride motorcycles.
I love a good motorcycle.
Now, there's a lot
But
of
I hadn't
people
ridden in a while.
that eat it up. That wind in your face and a Geico commercial. I mean, come on.
Yeah, bugs in your teeth.
But I've been on the back of a motorcycle, and that's as far as I've been, and don't care to do that again either.
You know, Greg rides on the back of a motorcycle.
I heard about that.
Yeah. Well,
Didn't
look
he-
at there. My baby ducks is watching. Good morning, baby duck. I love y'all. And I hear y'all going on a cruise.
Oh, boy.
Y'all are going to have fun here in just a few short days. So,
Have fun. Have fun.
man, that's going to be great.
Nikki joining us from Sebastopol this morning. Jerome Lee is also on here. Laura, how are you doing there? All the way from Mr. Rogers. Vita, how are you today?
Ooh, V is in the house. Look at there.
APEC joins us this morning also.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's go to DeKalb at this point. We had an accident there yesterday right in front of the hospital, Odie. I guess you're going to have a wreck, that's a good place to have it.
Yeah, make sure it's on the emergency side.
Yeah. It's a little bit quicker ride over to the hospital there. Emergency responders, it was some injuries involved with this. Mississippi Highway Patrol would join. This would be there on Park Avenue, right in front, right by the clinic, and then here sits the hospital there. So one of those moments of traffic was slowed for a little bit as they got all that cleaned up.
Wow. That's something now. But yeah, you're right. If you're going to have a wreck, what better way to do it?
And since we're talking about Kemper County, we want to remind you, anybody that's on the Northwest Kemper Water Association, a boil water notice. And this will affect Big Eeks Road to Nathan Pilgrim Road, extending west to Neshoba County, and also northwest of Liberty Road, Highway 16 along Vardaman Road. Boil water notice for at least 1 minute if you're going to do it.
Yeah, so get you some bottled water and
That's what it
drink
looks like.
that for a little while. Let them get the trash out of the system and then get it tested, which is good. I'm glad we have these precautions where if you have a break in the line, you've got to flush your system and then you've got to have that water tested before you have the okay.
Yeah.
So I think those are good. Yes, it does put us in a bit of a tizzy when we have to stop what we're doing, boil water before we can do something else. But it's all about being safe.
Lisa says she wishes we had a bigger pointer. We may have to give Odie one of those Bob Holland maps and let him get up there with a stick.
Yeah, with a rubber tip on the end. And that's where we're going right here. That would be fun.
It'd be hilarious.
We could use that when we start our new series, which we need y'all's help. We need y'all's questions because we want to come and help. This is an information hour. We try and tell y'all what's going on, but both of us, we want to make a difference. And
we get a lot of people send in asking for advice.
yeah,
We do.
So we're going to have the Ask Scotty Ray and Odie segment. And you send in your questions, and we will tell you.
Yep, we'll try to answer them best we know how.
You know, if you want to tell us who you are, if you want to stay
Anonymous.
we don't mind, but we do want to help as many people out there. Now, it's like I like my preachers to step on a toe every now and then. We might step on a toe, but we'll tell you exactly how we feel about it, what we think about it, and we will answer those questions. So. Send them in to us, and they can do that through Messenger or email or however they want to. But get those sent in, so when we start this, we can give y'all an extra feel-good hour.
And look, we got reporters all over this place. I'm getting information on a story that we'll have in a day or two here. Documentation.
Ooh. Y'all better watch out if y'all behind the wheel.
Oh, have mercy. Let's see.
Man.
We had an accident also on I-20 yesterday afternoon. This would be over near Newton. It would be a car, Odie, that were getting ready to exit off, got hung up with an 18-wheeler. Now, the truck couldn't stop. It got on down the road before it got pulled over. And this is the scene there of what we've got there. Nothing major with it, but it did bend up a few cars there. It takes a little bit. Right there at the Hickory Pickin exit is where all this went on. So everybody's good. Nobody was seriously hurt. That's the good news behind little stories like that. As we pass that along to you there.
Yeah.
See, all the way from Union this morning, Jackie Thompson joins us.
Well, good morning, Melanie, Kyle from Newton. Miss Lisa said that'll work. Maybe we can get some help out there for some people for some good Southern redneck, just straight up.
Well, so many
Advice.
times when you and I have read what other people, how they answer people, and it's all politically correct.
Yeah.
Sometimes America just needs the truth on how to fix something. Does that make sense?
Well, what you need to do is close one eye and get to your inner self and say, please forgive them. No,
We don't do that.
that don't work. So if you want the real answer, let us know your question, and we'll tell you how we feel.
Debbie Gabriel says, say hi to me. Hey, me.
Hey, Debbie.
Hope it's good there. All the
She
way
ain't brought
from,
me no cookies.
tell me if I'm pronouncing this right, from Enterprise. Is it Euless?
Euless? Yeah.
Eulus. Euless. Welcome. Glad to have you there. Miss Donna Sims also there.
Miss Barbara Vick.
We'll be right back more with Scotty Ray and Odie as we got more to tell. It's here this morning.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. Welcome back. You said we got a cook-off coming this weekend?
Man, got that frog in there. Chili cook-off at the Fleet Reserve Homeport. 7th annual chili cook-off. This Sunday, the 10th. $10 to enter. Entries accepted from 12 to 2 p.m. Prizes will be first place $150, second place $100, third place $50.
All right.
So go down there, and then when it's all said and done and the winner's been chosen, $10 for anybody for all you can eat chili. So get up with the Fleet Reserve, Chief Ricky Nelson. I think they've got a Facebook page, Fleet Reserve Homeport. But get up with them and join in on this chili cook-off. This is a fundraiser for them, and it's a great place for our military fellas to kind of hang out and get away from it all for a little while. So support them and go down there and get you a bowl of chili.
I know we got one birthday coming in. Marshall Smith celebrating a birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
All right, if you've got one, we'd love to hear from you this morning. Well, this was a scene that you don't see every day that we stumbled upon yesterday down at the Dollar General.
Yeah.
Well, when you hear wreck with injuries, it's usually a little fender bender in the street, but boy, this is one of those odd looking ones. Let's go to take a look at this as we were on the scene yesterday. Look at this car that nearly drove off the edge.
I mean, that was...
Now, what probably happened was the brake and the gas got confused, and the car, you see that a lot with buildings.
Yeah.
This one just went straight. Let's look at this a little bit closer. That's one of those teeter-totting moments of, do I get out or do I sit here?
Yeah, what do I need to do? Because there wasn't a whole lot holding that car up.
No, it wasn't. Now, there was a small child in the car. Mom and the baby I did see got out. I don't think they were seriously hurt in any way. Probably more scared or shook up than anything.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the side view of that.
Yeah, that was that railing about the only thing that was really holding that car up.
Now, somebody called me and said, I really hate you left that. I said, why? They said, you should have seen the car being taken down from there. They didn't winch to the back of it. They got here and parked the wrecker in front and then pull the car forward onto the wrecker, onto the flatbed. You know how they raise up and raise down?
Yeah.
And it was the simplest way to grab it. And there she sits. She went through a lot there with that little edge there.
Oh, yeah.
And of
So
course,
we hope everything's okay.
yeah, and of course, as always, these are the folks that show up to help you there. You've got a little bit of everybody represented, from Metro, the Meridian Fire Department, to the boys in blue back there.
Yeah, I tell you, man, Meridian Fire has been they've been running here lately, and if you want to join their team and be a part of it, Meridian Fire Department's taking applications.
Oh, are they?
So they're looking for some more firefighters. So if you're interested in becoming a firefighter and being involved with stuff like this, go down there and talk to them. They'd be glad to have you put an application in.
Hey, also, if you'd like a job standing in the heat directing traffic, I bet you they got an opening right here also.
Yeah, they'd love to have you. I need an umbrella or something. I'm telling you, I got that little umbrella hat.
I was, what was I? I was downtown Meridian. I got a phone call that said, hey, you need to come over to 8th Street. I just heard something. Jessica sent me a message that it was a boom. And what it was a transformer blew, and we had 2 red lights go out. So the Meridian Police Department had to stand in the road to direct traffic because there is a lot of folks that travel that road until maintenance could get the red light back up.
And the bad thing is people don't understand because they either failed that question, they don't remember it, they don't care, or they never even learned in the first place. That becomes a 4-way stop.
That's right.
When the lights are out, that's a 4-way stop. Automatic. You don't have to have a sign up. This is common sense.
Well, they did bring in signs, but the problem was they only had 2 signs. So it wasn't a 4-way stop because we didn't have 4 signs. He bless his heart. That boy was hustling out there.
Oh, yeah. You've seen the ones where they had to whistle and they would dance
Yeah.
and do it. You know, that's like in New York.
Yeah, you'd fall out Meridian with the heat.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't do that around here. But that's a 4-way stop, guys. It's a 4-way stop. If
Yeah.
an officer is there, he is the signal. You do what he says.
Yeah.
But until somebody gets there, it's a 4-way stop.
Beverly said she got there just as the police arrived on the scene as that was happening yesterday. And again, we want to say thank you. It's people like you that give us the heads up of where things are going, and we're able to get there and get it out to everyone else. It saves you time if you were going that way and you take an alternate route to avoid situations.
Yeah.
We've got anybody from Philadelphia out there. Rump Row, I got a message. Again, somebody else letting me know what's going on. We had somebody shot, Odie. That's
not good.
It's not good. It happened there. As I spoke to Chief Eric Lyons in Philadelphia, he told us that a black male was shot in the leg on Valley View Drive approximately 8:30 p.m. the night before last. He was transported to Jackson. The suspect has not been identified, and investigation is ongoing as they look to see what happened. There's Valley View Drive. You're coming in. Advanced Audio there. Blunt Street happened right there. If you look here, here's Jerome Tank. It's going to be just due south of there and east of the main drag of 19 coming into town of where the shooting happened. Again, that happens in a lot of places there.
Well, you know, we're getting reports. Don't have anything completely 100% official, but we're at 98.5.
Okay, what are we on?
We had a stabbing last night in the prison.
Woo! Yes, sir, Bob.
So
And-
it's not just on the streets.
And let me explain how this goes. Hey, this is Scotty Ray. Did y'all have a shooting or stabbing? Somebody die there last night? Then there's silence.
Huh?
And then I get, hang on, and I get transferred. No one ever comes to the phone. Ever. I can have somebody going, yep, I'm looking at him. He ain't alive. And I call out that, no, everything's normal. We're okay. Yes, I have been told that. It was the head of human resources that says, I said, like, y'all hadn't had somebody die? No, everything's normal here. But that ain't normal in the rest of the Meridian area. Now, no one died there last night, but I was told that some few months ago, or maybe it was a year ago, when someone I knew without a shadow of a doubt had passed away. And what I don't know is who the prison answers to. There's got to be somebody, because it's run by somebody else, but it's still regulated by the state and taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
So someone should have to answer when there's a problem there.
Miss Carroll, this is the prison out in Lost Gap.
Lost Gap.
Yeah. Now, I know we've got a new warden out there, and
Well, I need to talk to him. If you'll give me his name,
a
I'm
good
gonna,
one.
I'm gonna start calling now before something else happens.
I'll have to call him. We'll have to set up a time.
I'll bring a cheeseburger.
Look at there. He's a lot. I'm not going to say he's better than the last one or nothing.
You just said
guess
seemed like a good guy.
We work different. He's a good guy. He's always been there. But yeah, I mean, you can take every TV station in, we'll say, the entire central part of Mississippi,
Right.
and radio station and combine their reporters. No, let's go ahead. Let's go to the state of Mississippi.
Okay.
Every reporter that works for all these different TV companies and radio companies and all this stuff still don't add up to the amount of reporters that you have.
I see where you're going with that.
Because you've got at least 40,000 reporters.
Some that are active, some that are not, and sometimes it's more than that.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
let us know.
The phone is constantly ringing. The texts are constantly
They are.
going off. So everybody in the world, there's times he's called me going, "Are you going to that wreck?" I'm going, "To what wreck?" He said, "Let me send you a picture I just got." I'm like, "What the heck?" And then my other phone rang and it's dispatch. And I'm going, "Hold on, I'm probably going. I'm just now getting notified of it."
And that's how it comes about. And then we verify with officials of this did happen. Is it what it looks like? We're on target with what we do, all thanks to you. And that's where
couldn't
it comes
do it
from.
without y'all.
That's right. Y'all hang tight. We're getting ready to do some back in history. We got more news headlines coming up. Scotty Ray and Odie, where it always happens.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. We say good morning to Sandra Bunyard joining us. Ricky Nelson is on there.
Miss Bunyard, good morning. She was always very nice to me, and worked with her a little bit, but hung out with her son.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All
Good
right.
people.
Let's go back to 1947. What happened on this day? Somebody was born that would make you laugh. And she was really good at it.
Yeah. And I wish, well, they don't have nothing like that no more.
No, it was back in the good days of Saturday Night Live. Jane Curtin. She was funny.
Do you remember the church lady?
Yes, I remember the church.
Isn't that special?
That was.
Oh, man, we had to bring our own church lady back.
We may need one of those.
Yeah.
1957, he walked into a studio, and again, this is kind of early for Christmas, but I guess we need to be thinking about it because this would become hit after hit. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus.
Right down Santa Claus Lane.
Elvis recorded two of the...
Got to do the lip.
Yeah, I can't do the lip.
Right.
And of course, so what is your favorite Elvis Christmas song? Is it Blue Christmas?
I like Blue Christmas.
Santa Claus is coming in a big black Cadillac. I kind of like that one too.
That's cool. I like both Blue Christmases.
Oh, you're Porky?
Porky.
Blue Christmas.
That's just a good one to get some.
With a rusty Chevrolet. I love that song. Santa Claus is watching you, baby. It's all over for you. Ray Stevens.
Yeah, you can't beat no Ray Stevens.
And was the night before Christmas, if you remember that one.
Oh, I remember that.
Hey, get
spill
those
used to go
reindeer
around.
off of my roof. Things that make you giggle as a kid.
Man, we loved it.
1958, I will never forget the day. And I honestly, I had a cup of coffee in my hand, and he told one of his jokes, and I literally spit it. And there was no way to hold it.
Because we lived it.
Yes, because Jeff Foxworthy walks up. It's his birthday. He goes, "You might be a redneck if somebody yells, 'Ho down,' and your girlfriend hits the floor." I actually spit my coffee out. That was a good one.
You might be a redneck if your richest relative owns a house and you have to help take the wheels off of it.
Jeff Foxworthy just told it how it really was.
Yes.
And he was funny. It was good, clean humor.
And then here's your sign from his buddy Bill.
Yeah, here's your sign. I liked all those.
Man.
1963, this old boy is too hot to golf, too hot to fish, and, well, it's too cold at home. Long necks and short stories, as we got to meet this guy for the first time way back in the early 90s. Mark Chestnut, and that was one of the best CDs he ever put out. Long necks and short stories. If you get a chance, Bubba Shot the Jukebox.
Oh, yeah.
And the list goes on and on of things that he did. Old Country Came to Town. Woo!
Some good stuff.
It was. So Mark Chestnut celebrating a birthday today. Now, this next guy, you ain't going to know his name, as we often say.
Man, I tell you what, but he could make any kind of sound out of his mouth.
Anybody remember Police Academy?
Oh, yeah.
This guy right here.
Winslow.
Everybody hit the deck.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was...
Do you call that, is the word for it ventriloquist? Is that what that is? Somebody that can do those?
Because ventriloquist is throwing
Jeff
your
Dunham.
voice to,
Jeff Dunham stuff.
I don't know what that's called, but it's funny.
It's good.
It's good. He can do all kind of sound effects.
He really helped make that movie what it was.
Yes, he did. Him and Hooks.
Yeah.
Hooks.
I liked Hooks. A lot of people put up they love Blue Christmas is one of the best
Blue
Christmas songs there.
good.
1969, sometimes you did have to climb a light pole to make your phone work. And it wasn't for a cell phone either.
No.
No, as we go back to look at TV Guide, y'all remember this? Green Acres
Oh, man.
is a place to be.
What was the name of the pig? Wilbur?
Wilbur, I believe you're right.
And then
Eddie Albert.
what was
Mr. Haney?
the rooster?
I don't remember the rooster.
Mr. Haney.
Yeah, didn't he bother you, or was it just me?
I couldn't get too much. I could take him in spurts.
Yeah.
But not a big part of that show. I couldn't deal with him. But yeah.
He was that. Can you hum along to I'm walking the floor over you. I can't sleep a wink. We lost one of the greatest there was when it come to country music. 1984, the troubadour Ernest Tubb would pass away.
Honky tonk style.
And he did create it.
Yeah.
He did so much for country music that it's not funny. A big fan of Jimmy Rogers, done a lot. And he did a lot with the Jimmy Rogers Association here in Meridian when he was alive, and worked with Sam Marshall and Ken Rainey for years.
Oh, that's Arnold.
Arnold the pig.
Arnold was the pig. Thank you, Scott. And they said, we've got the same phone system in Hickory, Mississippi right now.
I have to agree. Everybody's been there.
Well, all of them said it.
I don't know.
Karina and Matt, everybody told me I was wrong and said it was Arnold.
Wilbur was on Charlottesville. Wilbur.
That's right.
Wilbur.
That's right.
Boy, was that not a good movie or what? You felt bad and you never wanted to eat at least a piece of meat for 20 minutes after watching that.
Oh, no, I still wanted to go eat some bacon.
Wilbur was such a nice pig.
And Charlotte.
What was the movie to where they did it with real people and the guy that he takes the pig is saved and he's the farmer? I can see it in my head, and it was about a pig and this guy who went to. I don't know enough about it, so I'm going to hush.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if Brick Gully is up watching this morning, but he is often my backup on who done what, and I can't remember. What is it? Would you?
No, I'm just talking about Brett Gully being the one who.
But Britt,
Gets it straight.
I almost want to say Jamie Johnson had something to do with it. I'm not sure on this, but anybody remember? Babe was the movie on that one. We're right.
Babe,
That was a good show there. As we look at this, anybody remember George Strait and She Let Herself Go on a singles cruise? He always said it was too far to go down to the ocean. She let herself go.
Yeah.
She got that big divorce and her life got better. I want to say Jamie may have had something to do with that, but we'll have to see there. Another one, it was his 40th #1 song that he had.
Well, I mean, look, George Strait, he's got the talent. He's got the voice. He comes out, puts on a great show. I've seen him once, and still like the movie he was in, Pure Country. If you had never saw that,
Do
Go
so.
watch it, yeah.
Look, I had to run out of the door and hold against it yesterday because they was angry with you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I went out to Freeman Tractor, and they were highly upset with a little Odie yesterday.
Uh-oh.
They were mumbling something about any man that doesn't know what Raquel Welch has been in needs his head examined, because they all had the poster. I think it's on the wall out there.
Really?
They said Raquel was the hottest thing that ever was.
Well, why don't y'all give us that poster and y'all go get a new one? Or just buy us a new one and we'll be okay.
Boy,
we'll even
Raquel
let y'all
Welch.
put that at the bottom.
And, and I have to also give kudos. Ann Margaret was quite the looker in her day also, as we go
She
back
was.
and look at some of these things.
She was. But yeah,
Viva.
Raquel Welch, yep. But
Yep.
and Margaret, yeah.
As they wanted to point out to you, Raquel was the one in all the Westerns. She was. She done some stuff with
True.
Clint, if I'm not
She
mistaken.
did. She did.
1997, 2.5 billion people on to date would sit and watch this event. It was the funeral of Diana. It is so hard to believe that it has been that long ago.
Yeah.
Another
That's tough.
another anniversary with this, and it's just so shocking that it's been that long. I love this show as a kid.
Yeah.
One Adam 12, see the man.
I still watch it every now and again.
Yeah. As we go back, y'all remember him? Martin Miller, who was the detective there on the left, or the officer, passed away on this date back in 2015. I really liked him.
All right, your backup came through.
What did my backup do?
Dean Dillon possibly wrote Let Herself Go.
Whoo, I like me some Dean Dillon. Dean Dillon was one of the best that there ever was.
So maybe that's who
Yeah.
wrote that. So
I don't know if y'all remember this. Back in 18, we had an off-duty cop who accidentally shot someone. She came home.
Yes.
And she went in the wrong apartment.
she was a floor up, I believe.
Yeah,
or
and she got
something.
confused, and she went in and she thought who was in the house had broken into hers, and she fired. She went to jail over it.
She did.
As we remember, it was
Yeah.
in Dallas, Texas is where that happened.
You know,
Sad,
prayers
sad.
for all that. And,
Yeah.
You know, and that's officers. You don't need them working too long with these stressful shifts. Not saying that's what took place, and I'm not giving her any
Oh, yeah.
kind of an out at all. But
That was
and prayer
family
for
members hugging her
everybody.
neck there over the situation of what went on. They understood it was a mistake. I don't know where Greg is this morning, but he's probably in a somber moment at this moment right
Yeah.
now. Having a little, what do you call that, a candlelight vigil? Is that what it is?
probably so. Oh man, I've got to get that picture, honey. If you got that picture, if you're watching, send that picture to me. You know
I
which one
know
I'm
the
talking
picture.
about.
I know the picture you're talking about. Let's go back to 2018 when we lost a legend. The Bandit passed away on this date. He's been called Gator. He's been called a lot of things, but man, he was the Bandit at the end of the day. WW, he was called that at one time or another.
He should have just been buried in that car.
You know? Good point. And the red shirt
mean,
for sure.
And the red shirt. Yep.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than Burt Reynolds. That was the show that made our youth, or at least it did mine in 77.
With all of them, not just one or two, but I mean, he did a little bit of everything. Man, it's a wonderful day.
Coming up, more with Scotty Ray and Odie as we travel along on this early Wednesday here at the Scotty Ray Report.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
You know, a state has to be honest about itself, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. I did, back on one of the podcasts we used to do, Secrets of the South, we done a thing about, do you believe in aliens? And I, for one, don't believe in them. But there is, if you look into making fun of ourselves and you go, there's no way that could have happened. Back in Pascagoula was a guy, and they swore it happened. This made national headlines before. Of two boys was going to work, Odie. And they claimed that little aliens came down and abducted them. Took them up in the spaceship, and when they got done with them, they threw them back out on the streets of Pascagoula with no clothes on, buck naked. They swore that it actually happened. And they went into all the details of what the aliens done to them.
Did it have to do with a probe?
It could have been. Calvin Parker was one of those guys, and he has just passed away in Pascagoula. And again, this is one of those alien famous stories in the U.S. I'm not sure if everybody's aware of it, but Google this. Read the story about Pascagoula, Mississippi, and the alien abduction. They were fishing, and they had to go to work. My theory was they were late.
Yeah.
And they had to come up and say, hey. Now, I don't know that. That's just a guesstimation. But a lot of people will remember back in that, and especially the ones that are into the I believe in aliens.
Well, it's kind of like there's three students that they were on their way to school, and none of them had studied for this big test. And
Right.
They said, look, we can't take this test. We're going to fail. And they said, look, let's just skip, and then we'll come in real late, and we'll just tell them we had a flat tire. So there's about 5 minutes left in the class, and they come running in there, short of breath. The teacher says, where y'all been? Y'all missed a test. Said, we had a flat tire. He said, okay. He said, well, look, he said, I want you to sit over there, and I want you to sit over there, and I want you to sit up here. He said, I tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. He said, I'll give you a test. We don't have but about 5 minutes. I'll give you a test. One question. If you pass it, you get 100. If you fail it, you get a 0. Y'all want to take that test? And they all like, yeah, I can probably get one question right. And he turned around, he says, all right, here's your question. What tire was flat?
They didn't discuss that before we did,
They didn't go that far. So yeah, same. Yeah, look. Let's just say some alien guidance. We just can't make it to work.
Odie, let's do something for the community as we have our special guest coming in this morning. Let's go to camera 2. And, yep, we've got a food drive going on. How are you ladies this morning?
We're doing great.
All right. Now,
Good deal.
this is going to be benefiting Wesley House is what we've got. Tell us where to go and what to do. How we help out folks that need a little help.
Yeah.
Well, we are with Gentiva Hospice. This is our 19th annual food drive.
19 of them?
19 of them.
Wow.
The company's been doing them for 19 years now, and we love doing it for the community. We have benefited the Wesley House the last several years, and this time of year, they really need a lot of donations, so that's who we choose to help out. And you can call us, let us know, you've got big donations. I'll
Right.
set up time to come do a pickup at your church or anything like that. Or we can take drop-offs at our office right next to Squealers off of North Hill Street.
A lot of people hang out there, I hear.
Yeah, Squealers has been a popular place, especially
Yeah.
on Thursdays when they have the music.
Thursday food.
Hear the band as we're leaving.
There you go. So you can drop off your food donations there. And tell us exactly what you're looking for, because I know a lot of people hear that and they go, well, I don't know what to buy. It's a little extra. So kind of explain to us what you want.
Anything that's non-perishable, long-lasting, nothing that needs to be refrigerated, because they don't have the means to refrigerate a lot of items.
Correct.
But anything that is, like I said,
Using a
long-
can opener, so to speak.
Exactly.
Boxed foods.
Boxed foods. They are at this time almost completely bare. They have nothing on their shelves. So this is a huge benefit because it will feed the families for the upcoming Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays.
That's going to be here before we know it.
Exactly.
And
Coming right up.
I don't know if anybody's ever been there, but depressing is not the word I'm looking for. It's humbling, I think, is the word for those that do need help. And they rely on this. Everybody lose their footing every once in a while. Absolutely. And it's a helping hand to get you back on your feet is what this is.
And like you said, humbling, because when we were there, the amount of people that were coming up and needing that one box of food,
Absolutely.
Man, it's great. And this is something awesome. So again, Gentiva Hospice, and you're located
On
right behind
29th Avenue,
Squealers?
Right to the left of Squealers, if you're looking at Squealers.
So the best place to do is just drop it by there or just call you. What do y'all want done here?
Whatever is the easiest, whatever gets the
Okay.
most donations, we'll do it.
Well, we
Oh,
understand
look at
that.
there.
Yeah, well, thank y'all for coming in and tell us about this. Any other telephone number that you got that you could pass along if anybody's got questions?
Our office number is 601-693-0412.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in and spending a little
Thank
time
y'all
with
for
us.
having us.
All right, that's the way it is. We're coming up. We've got a little bit more to check on that forecast of what's coming up with this afternoon. Whew. Some more headlines that happened yesterday. We're not done yet, so don't rush off.
No, y'all come back.
Vote no on October the 3rd. The Lauderdale County School Board wants to raise your taxes. The board is asking for an additional $12.5 million for the Career and Technical Education Project, bringing the total cost to $20.5 million, which means higher taxes for you to pay. The election alone will cost taxpayers $40,000 to $50,000. Send the school board a message. Vote no on raising your taxes by voting no for the $12.5 million for the Career and Technical Project, paid for by taxpayers for reduced Lauderdale County school spending. Are you ready for summer? Massey has a 2021 Jeep Wrangler that's waiting on you with only 61,000 miles. How about a Rogue with 57,000 miles? A 23 Camry with only 50 miles on it? Or maybe it's a Toyota Tacoma four-wheel drive that you're needing. From Silverados to F-250s, Massey Supermarket Auto Sales, 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help.
Okay, I'm hooked and wanting to go on over to Squealer's now.
I have got, look, we've got a picture of Burt Reynolds, my wife just sent. And we're going
You want to get a little bit closer to that camera there.
It may not pick up.
We'll have to share that.
We'll have to share it, but we've got a one-of-a-kind picture of Burt Reynolds that we may try and sell. I'm going, golly, I wish I had that deal on this phone.
Oh, yeah, where we can swap it and pop it up real
Yeah.
quick. We'll get it up here in a little bit.
Yeah, y'all just keep paying attention to the page because it's coming. One of a kind. We promise you there's not another one like this.
Hey, I was with Greg yesterday. Greg Chatham. We were going down the road, and Odie was in the back seat. And we've been asked not to pass any more daycares. All we kept hearing was, "There's my daddy."
Poor Greg. I said, you're going to have to stop going this way.
It was funny. It was funny. Daddy,
Y'all never
daddy,
know.
daddy.
Oh, you never know what we get into.
Let's talk about best counties. They've released a study of best counties in Mississippi to live in. As we glance down some of these, as we go here, Clark County comes in at number 30 out of 82 counties of the best places to live in Mississippi. As we scroll down, let me get on down here. Chickasaw County, that's not anywhere
Wait a
close.
minute, you keep going farther down.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
it get better as it goes down?
I'm looking for us. We're on the list here. Stone County, let's go on down. Hinds County came in at number 18 of best places to live in Mississippi. As we get to, let's see here. Lauderdale County ranks number 14 in the state to live in. 73,000 it says. We got medium home values, $110,000 average. Rent
I don't know where they're buying.
$774 for rent. Average income in Lauderdale County is $43,000, it says. Jones County ranks in at number 12. Neshoba County whoops Lauderdale County in best places to live. Comes in at number 10 on the list of a scale of 1 to 10.
Wow. Well, you know, Meridian used to be that big town south of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And now we're that small town. Now Neshoba is the big town north of Meridian.
I don't think this will be any shock to anybody of the counties if they say is the best places to live in Mississippi. It's one of the most influential places that we have. Madison County, Mississippi, ranked as the best place to live in Mississippi. Rent averages at $948 a month, and average home value $236,000. Woof! That's because they make you meet code, and everybody's house got to look a certain way in every business. Even Walmart don't look normal over there.
And you can't have that big sign out there. You know,
take that down.
What was it? That cell phone company come up and said, we want to put a cell phone tower up. They said, you can do anything you want to as long as it doesn't look like a cell phone tower. So now it looks like a mini Washington Monument.
I need to go look at it. I have not seen it.
It's a big tower, but
it's covered.
Yeah, they had to break it up.
Huh.
You're not sticking just an old piece of metal tower up here. You're going to make it look good.
Oxford, Mississippi at the end of the month. This is a pretty big deal for Oxford. They've had some political speakers come through. But Tim Scott, who is running for president, will be speaking at Oxford on the 29th of this month, if you're in the mood to hear him.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, so a little thought there. I was trying to see if we missed. It seemed like there was another big story that I didn't want to miss. I don't know what I did with it. I had it somewhere, and I can't locate it, so it's going to be all right. We do have a road closure we want to remind you about. It's going to be closed from September the 12th through the 15th. This is going to be Old Country Club East to Highway 39 to Confederate Drive from Tuesday the 12th through Friday the 15th. They're doing repaving or fixing something.
Yeah, replacing a pipe.
Oh,
so,
okay.
That's something that they'll have to do. 3 days, let them get in there and get that fixed and back going again. They are working steadily over in Marion. It is coming on along. It's still going to be a little while, but they're constantly working on that bridge, so hopefully it won't be too far out of our way to go around it.
I hate I don't have the sign to reference what I've got here, but we've had some pranksters in the Meridian area before. Bonita Lakes is the sign that I'm thinking of, and I'm not going to say it out loud. If y'all saw the sign a few years ago that were put up as prankster signs, you would giggle. Chicago has been hit. The beach in Chicago. Now, I'm going to show the sign to Chicago, and I'm sure a lot of people went, say, what?
Yeah.
As you're walking down the beach in Chicago, there it is. A prankster put up a sign overnight. They erected a sign, so to speak. Hush.
No pun intended.
Hush, hush. I don't want to hear that. I was not thinking before I spoke all that.
Don't say stuff around me that you don't want took the wrong way.
Oh, my heavens. Do you remember the suspect that we talked about in New York yesterday that beat the elderly lady with her own cane, hit her like 50, 60 times?
Yeah.
As it turns out, this guy has been arrested 9 to 10 times. He's already been turned loose. When will people make people accountable for their actions?
When the ones who let them out get their butt whooped by this character. Or killed by this character.
You could be hurt by people like this, and they're turning them back into our society. It worries us.
Until they get their own self or their close family gets
hurt by somebody like
or killed by somebody like this, they're not going to do anything. That might be one of the questions that's a Odieism right there. That's an Odieism answer.
I don't know if anybody watched this yesterday. The gentleman who won got the Medal of Honor. They had a ceremony for him. As he's getting it, gets it pinned on, and they're closing the ceremony. Joe just wanders off.
Well, he forgot what he was doing there anyway.
I mean, it just walked off. How embarrassing.
Yeah.
This man got such an honor, and this is, oh boy.
Yeah.
That's all I know to say on that. We want to say thank you for dropping by and spending part of your day. Don't forget the canned food drive. It helps here at Wesley House. A lot of folks need help. We do have Thanksgiving. We got Christmas coming up. Help those who need a little helping hand.
You know, we go to the grocery store, and if it's just a $1 item, pick up an extra one. Mm-hmm. We're blessed, whether we think so or not, we're blessed to be able to go to the grocery store. And there's a lot of people who just don't have the ability just that $1 can could change someone's life. So pick one up next time you're there. Make sure this goes back to the Wesley House. Let's thank God for what we do have, and let's give him the thanks that he needs in our prayers every day. And we just want to say thank you for joining with us, being here with us, and we'll be back in 23 hours to bring in your Thursday. Let you always know we love you. See you tomorrow.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.